So here we are for another conversation for Shopify Connect with Eldar from Growave. I'm Renato from Napps. So Eldar, what's your thoughts about the event and about coming to Portugal?
Thanks, Renato. Well, really excited. First time being in Portugal, and it's especially a kind of event. And I'm really excited to be part of this.
And this is the first time we are meeting in person.
Yeah, definitely. So we had tons of conversations through WhatsApp, video calls, and it's amazing. Really meet in person, and especially in such a beautiful place like this hotel. Like all things looks amazing.
Yeah, for sure. And let's talk a little bit about our integration and about what we are doing together, because I think that it's very important to talk a little bit about retention, because I feel that some brands talk about retention but don't take some steps into having like proper tools to work retention, and I think that when we started to talk about our integration of the loyalty programs into mobile apps, I think that it's like taking the customers to the next level, because at the end of the day you are on customer phone and giving him all the program and that stuff with easy access. And I think that it's very important to talk about it and what we are creating in kind of that experience.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. From my experience, I would say I'm in the space of customer retention for a long time, and one thing I had most that many brands launch something and think that that's all, like you set up and forget it and it's working, so you don't have to worry about this. And that's a crazy thing, because in most of cases you have to support this, you have to evolve, you should optimize all loyalty program. And the next level, when you it's optimizing, seeing how your customer engage, interact with the program, and if it's really have a positive ROI. And the third level, when you equip with the right tech stack, when it's unified, when like what we are doing together, that really helping brands to be at every touch point with the customers, being right in their pocket, being able to support their fans when they have early access, all this exclusivity, all the perks right, and overall the experience of the program right in their mobile phone. And I think it's something that evolves step by step, and is the best thing that brand can do when they build a whole ecosystem that they're using right tech stack to provide the right experience to the customers on all places where they touch with the customers.
Yeah, but what I feel, it's some brands just stop once they go to the loyalty program and create the loyalty program, but it's okay, it's created, okay, it's fine. Yeah. Now it will work alone, and others just go to the remarketing part with paid media, marketing agencies, and things like retention is just about that, and retention is much more. And it's when you are on the pocket phone with the mobile app, you can send push notifications to the customer phone, so you are talking with that customer direct to a phone that it's always with the customer. And that's when you try and when you start reaching the retention level. And with our integration, we can go even further with the push notifications about the loyalty programs, about every customization the customer can have. I have a lot of conversations with some customers, and for us it's very easy to convince some brands to test the loyalty programs, because at the end of the day we are a new sales channel, and if they have a loyalty program with tiers, for example, if every tier have a new perk for the merchant, I don't know, for the customer, like going to an event and all that stuff, you can communicate it through a push notification. It's not like another email that goes to the pile of emails. You have a very connected and very easy way to connect with the customer. Like, go to the event. The event is starting. I don't know. You can communicate a lot of stuff. And here it's when the retention occurs. And I think that some brands don't look at the mobile app or the loyalty program. They look at as if it's very complicated, and I think that we made it so easy. And we need to show them those kind of things, because some brands still thinks that it's very hard to have a loyalty program, a mobile app, and I think that we need to like share out that integration and how the both solutions can like make them better in retention, increase their metrics and that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And the fun thing I heard a few months ago when a brand, I participate in many sales calls, and brands comes with some questions and thought like we want to build something like like Sephora did or another brand. And the tough thing like to structure overall loyalty program, how to make sure that it works perfectly for the audience. And fun thing I noticed that one brand, they come up to me with a structure is very detailed and it's huge, but it's prepared with through ChatGPT. I mean, the simple ask like I'm a kind of brand and please suggest me any it piled a very long list of requirements, and yeah, it's like honestly it was very complicated to really understand how it's going to work. And the thing is why they do this, because many think that it's a bit complicated, it's tough to build the right structure to ensure that it could perform better, especially for the audience, and especially when they have different customers, like customer who one-time buyers, customer who usually comes to say second or third order, and very loyal customers. And the thing that everything seems very complicated to support, to build right program that fits all of them. And the thing that now it's much easier when they have access to kind of tools that they have in Shopify App Store, when they can start, let's say, build something through Growave, when usually it's like picking and setting up through our onboarding managers, success managers who can assist you with the building the structure.
And I have a story with one of your customer success, not your builder manager, and was amazing because I assist that in first person with a brand that it's a brand that we have a very good relationship in Spain, and the guys from the brand tell, okay, I want to have the loyalty programs on the mobile app, so I want you to be on that meeting. Okay, let's go. And was my first time like seeing how you guys build a loyalty program that fits the brand. And it was amazing because every concerns that the brand had regarding like products with low margin that they want to get out of the loyalty program, little things that on Growave is just like a checkbox, but make a huge impact on the loyalty program and on margins, because it's a brand with very low margins, the type of products they sell. And was amazing to see that every concern that the brand has, you like, okay, no problems. And your build manager was like, okay, let's go. Setting thing, boom, pad, it's done. And every concern, and it was amazing to see that in first person, because the loyalty program can be very hard to build, as you are saying, and was very easy to see how they build it with Growave. But it was amazing.
Yeah, and the next thing I think like many think like it's overall achieving any kind of success is very tough. Just simply because like there's so many stories when loyalty programs fails, and there's so many reasons why they fail. But overall, many think like it's tough to ensure that it's going to work, especially for my brand. But the truth is that if it's structured in proper way, if it's equipped with right tools, and you're creating right tech stack, like it's not just one soldier in the whole field and battlefield. It's like you have a team when you have mobile app that connects perfectly with the loyalty program, and when it supports and helps your loyal customers to ease access to all perks, when it's so easy for them to engage with the brand. I think it makes a huge impact. And the same like for what Shopify does, like allowing amazing other partners like Klaviyo to ensure that it's so easy to nurture those relationships through Klaviyo flows, automated campaigns. And for Shopify POS, when they can easily bring those experiences right to the offline. And I think like all those things makes things easier for brands to get started. And if it's done this properly, it's all of them connected like what we did. I think it make a huge impact without taking so many resources and time and focus of the
And
brand.
I think that for me, the great or one of the great examples of this are the markets, because if you go like one year, some years behind, for brands to like go to a different country, go to a different market was like a mess. Language,
Yeah.
the domains, the currencies was like crazy. And now you can do that in Shopify with like 10 clicks or less. And it's like, oh man, for me, this is like Shopify made it so easy
Yeah.
and push us like as app builders and Shopify apps to make everything easy as they are doing. And I think that the merchant is already looking for it. Some brands don't know how, or they need some help, but it's normal. It's on our case we have like a very big solution, because the mobile app have a lot of screens, a lot of settings too, and it's hard because you cannot go to the website to see what you are building. On our case, you need to have like a mobile app on your hand, on your phone, and it's a very complex solution in that part. But we are making it so easy because we have the Shopify UX UI with the build for Shopify and all the settings, everything synced and connect. So it's so easy that right now I think it's almost impossible a brand to not that another order to be impossible for the brands to keep growth. For sure, they need to have a good product. They need to do the things properly. But in the tech part, it's not creating problems. And I think amazing, like as you said, like Napps, Growave, and Klaviyo, the three connected are like a boost for retention and that stuff, because you can use Klaviyo to send push notifications in the same workflow that you have like an email for Growave loyalty, or send the notification about the tiers or points. So all this connected and the tech stack, it's amazing to see what brands can do.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Boston, I think, is sharing like almost decade in the market, and I saw many integrations, and many of them I call them a kind of PR integrations, but it's all about announcements, like some email campaigns and so on. And the thing that in most of cases they don't pay so much attention into product, like how actually those products integrate to each other, how they speak to each other. If it's really easy for merchants to manage this, and is really easy, and if it has really perfect UX UI for end customers. And from my perspective, I saw so many of them integrations, and I had to admit we did many of them with other partners too. But when first time we met, things were totally different. Like, we were speaking only about the product. We never talked about like what kind of marketing things we were going to do. And the first thing we focused, it was like, okay, let's build the perfect product that amazing integration between these two different tools. And I really love it, because it was a right starting point to build something amazing. And what's built, it's really amazing. Like I was testing different apps integrations, ours and other partners, and I see like how all of them look like, how merchants click, set up everything, and how customers actually use them. And it's like you have to do extra steps, or it looks maybe slowly, or looks not so perfectly, like it lost some key points, key details. But in our particular case, things totally different. And I love like it when everything's pixel perfect.
Yeah.
When everything's built especially for this, it's really amazing. And that's why like at Growave, we were sitting together as a product team and talking about what we could do next. Like, especially in this integration, we're sitting really together and talking, okay, how we can do and what we can do to ensure that it's going to be better and better. And that's how we end up like building like extra features.
Yeah,
like,
but the thing with our integration and why I think that it works so good was because, right, being completely honest with you, we thought to create our loyalty program like 1 year and a half ago, because it's very important for mobile apps to have the loyalty program. But okay, if we create a loyalty program, we need to like manage two business completely different.
Yeah.
And working with the loyalty program on the website too. That is not our expertise because we are focused on the mobile app. So it should be a mess. And let's find a partner. And it was not easy to find a good partner that wants to work with us, that wants to give us some features and some API endpoints of their products to allow us to build something on the app. And when we first met, was like on our side was like, man, I think we have the perfect partner to build something great for the customer, because we really want to have like a good loyalty experience on our mobile apps, because we have everything perfect, or we try to reach the perfection on UX and UI, and like having like a web view or having like extra steps for the loyalty programs was like meh, and we need to have that. And it's the thing that I love on our integration. It's when you are on the cart, you have the points on top. If you click on the points, you have your rewards. If you click apply, it's already applied on the cart. So within just 2 clicks, you have used one of your rewards. So just that it's amazing, because for the end customer, just add 2 clicks so the loyalty program is not like a hard thing to use or a complicated thing. We make it easy. And coming back to the partners and all the integrations, it's I share the same opinion, because today in Shopify, everyone wants to integrate with everyone. Everyone wants to partner with everyone, just to have like another LinkedIn post. And we have customers together, we have the integration, and we didn't have one post together about the integration. No, we need to do it. We need to do it to make the audience know that we have a good integration and what we are doing. But we focus more on the product and the brands that we already have before we start to announce and doing that stuff. And I think that it's what is truly amazing in our integration. And I want to say another thing, because I think it's very important. It's we have a common Discord channel server, not just a channel. It's a server with our both teams there, not just me and you, not just the marketing, but the tech team too. So for brands, having like 2 brands, 2 solutions working together outside that project, it's like a no-brainer for me. I sell this to my customers, and if you want to use like a loyalty, go for Growave, because we really have like an extra step or an extra access in their solution. So you're the end. Another one. Oh, it's selling good today. But so at the end of the day, for them, for the brands, they will have like a better solution, because we have access. We can ask you things. You come to us asking for more. So I think that it's for brands, it's like a no-brainer. Should be at least.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Like for our engineering team, it's much easier to communicate with you guys. Like they're sitting together in the same. Let's say it's in the same room, digital room.
Yeah.
And like ask any technical questions. They don't have any middleman. So it simplifies everything.
And tons of emails like, hey Eldar, can you ask this to your team? And then you got the email, and then it's coming. It's amazing.
So we had a similar story with other partners. Like we have partner manager, and they have to explain some tough things to engineering, and being a middleman. In our case, like it simplifies everything, and our team loves it, and that's why I guess. How we're pushing those extra steps, like something that we're missing, and that's something that we build just on top of integration, like rewarding with double points for mobile orders. That's something you shipped especially with for this integration, and it's something that we are cooking right now. That rewarding customers for downloading app. And I think like building again more and more on things like this, it builds a kind of a solution. It's one solution that covers everything related to retention. Because like mobile app, it's all about your super fans, about your loyal customers, and if you treat them properly, if you give them right solutions, that makes easier for your brand and customers to communicate with each other and interact with each other. I think it make a huge difference for
we are working on that, on something like around loyalties, because at the end of the day, for let's simplify a lot, but at the end of the day, with a loyalty program with some tiers, what you are doing is segment your customers. So the high spending customers to the lower spending customers, and these segments can be very powerful on a mobile app, because you can give to the higher tier like access on first drop launches or Black Fridays, and when you can like segment the customers, but you don't need to do extra steps. It's you just like configure the access with each customer having the access, and not another one and without not just like sending an email with the password and the customer needs to grab the password, doing something that if you are on top tier, you enter on the mobile app and it's done. You don't need to put a password.
Yeah.
You can enter already. The low tier maybe needs to wait more time. So doing this stuff, it's simplifying the life of the customer that don't needs to like grab a code, copy it, and those kind of things. It's something that we are working, and we want to reach an extra level with you guys, that it's gamification. But this, we need to have more customer information, and I think we need to have like feedback from customers of what kind of gamification, because gamification, on my vision, it's very hard to build, because if you, I don't know, you can do some games inside, but try not to be like those ones that feel like a scam, that always getting the same reward on that stuff. So I think that we have like already 2 games that we think that could be very nice to build, and we are already like talking with some brands to understand, and needs to have the loyalty program, because if you have that for everyone, will be like just more an extra feature that you have. It will be not like, you will not feel that you are rewarding like the best customers. So that's something that I love, that we know that with you guys we can ask for more of your product to deliver like an extra solution for the brands.
Yeah, especially when you talk about the future and things that we could ship, and we are definitely going to ship more and more. I'm curious, like for Napps, what's going to happen next? Like, what's your vision for the upcoming years?
Just about the mobile app, e-commerce, or our integration?
Especially for Napps, because for integration, I'm pretty sure what we are going to ship, what we are cooking, but especially for the Napps.
For Napps, and we have like our vision, our end goal is that the mobile apps can be like the tool that will unify the e-commerce. Okay, so Shopify talks a lot of unified commerce. Okay, and Shopify already did the unify thing for brands. You can have the POS, the online store, you have everything on Shopify. Okay, so it's like an unified experience for the brand. Okay, but for the customer, when he arrives to the store, is one piece missing. That is the mobile app, because you can reach with your orders, you can reach with the like QR codes to make returns, make exchange. You go to the store and you have only the QR code. You don't need to go to the website, log in, and all that stuff that takes time, or find the email. Okay, man, how many emails we receive like per week? So if you did like an order like 2 or 3 weeks ago and you go to a physical store to return, where is the email? And it's crazy. So try to simplify this vision of the customer in store. Okay, this one thing, and make all the app as much as a social media. Okay, because the people spend time on social media, and we don't have like to have comments or likes or that stuff, but try to make the mobile experience more to a engagement thing. And we already have some features, the drops features that works like a TikTok or Reels section inside the mobile app. So for the brand, it's like having a personalized content just for some customers, and to try to take that for next level. Of course, we need to focus on conversion and that's because it's what makes money for the brand. But we want to try to make it more like engagement, like experience, because it's one of the things that we feel it's brands have afraid to launch a mobile app if they are not too big. And it's not true that you don't need to be very big for people to download your app. We have a lot of downloads on brands that are making less than 1 million a year. So are small brands, and they are getting a lot of downloads. Of course, they will not be have like 1 million of downloads, but in terms of percentage, they are like almost on 20-30% of online sales, and we are talking about a less than 1 million brand. So it's possible to have an app. You just to make it fun for the customer. Okay, you need to make exclusive products, exclusive discounts. We are launching right now a possibility of create just a campaign for the app. Okay, not with the discount code, but on front end, every price it's strike. And we want to go to that way, like make it engageable, take a very look on social media, because this is where people spend more time. So some try to bring some ideas from there to the app, and at the same time make it engageable with the physical stores, physical events, like going to an event and they have like a QR code there, and you go with the mobile app, you read the QR code and you earn the points. Make the app like a tool for the customer, not just like nice to have or another sales channel, but make a good tool for the customer, like the unified tool.
Yeah, I guess it's something that we talked earlier, like scanning QR code in physical stores and rewarding for those things. Yeah, that's something I guess we will ship soon too. And by the way, I really love product drops. They look really amazing in apps. I know I was playing with different like in apps, but yours they looks really amazing.
No, because we made it natively. Because of that, we could integrate with some video apps that are on Shopify, but they are very focused on web, and I know why. But when you go to the mobile app, you needed to make it native. Our app is 100% native with Swift UI for iOS and Kotlin for Android. All the UI is specifically on the OS for the OS system. So on that cases, you feel that vibe that the drops are getting is almost as the TikTok.
Yeah,
you are used to TikTok, so when you are on the app, you love that, and we try to reach that level because of that, because people are used to it. It's the same thing what we are doing with our dashboard on Shopify. We are making it almost with the same UI and same experience as Shopify, because brands are used to Shopify. We changed our builder. Our builder was like a drag and drop, okay? And we changed on the last update for the same experience, the customizer on Shopify, the customizer of the themes. You add the section, you have the list of components, you pick the component, and then you can drag on left. Everything because the people are used to it. So why make it harder? And on the drops, it's something that we try to reach the same experience as TikTok and Reels.
Yeah, it perfectly aligns with what Shopify does, right?
Yeah.
I think like in our case, it's absolutely the same. Like seeing how Shopify simplifies e-commerce of the whole world. We're thinking the same, like how we can simplify loyalty programs creation, building trust, personalization through our platform, and ensuring that it's as simple as like as you set up and launch your Shopify store. When you don't have to overthink about this. You don't have to spend tons of your time and energy to set up and think about, to worry about things. And when you have everything in one place, and it looks absolutely the same. Like you mentioned about Shopify sections, we use UI kit of Shopify, and everything looks like you're in Shopify. It's embedded in the Shopify panel.
I feel sometimes that we are like an extra leg of Shopify. Because you are on the same back office, and we are like an extra there, and it's amazing. And I feel that I think that for brands, it's amazing that you are on products, like editing a product, and you click on our name and you are on apps, or you click on Growave and you are on Growave. You are not going out of Shopify with a different tab, a different login, and it's I think it's really, really amazing. And one thing that I want to ask you is, because I feel for brands, hardest part of a loyalty program, it's the point exchange. And it's something that I know that you support the brands to do it, but
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest afraid of a brand. It's if I giving more points that I should.
Yeah.
How you calculate that those points?
There's so many formulas about how you should build, it includes many variables, starting like margin, AOV, LTV, and so on. But the thing is that in most of cases, it's not so complicated thing. You spend a little bit of time at the beginning to make it right, and at that point you think that it's right, but the problem is that you can't be 100% sure that it's correct for your brand, because like you can't use any benchmark is built for everyone. It's not built for your audience, for your product, for your margin, and so on. And the best way to figure out what's best for you is simply launching it and seeing how your customers engaging with this. If they're really exchanging at that rate and they see value in those exchange rates, then yeah, it's going to work for you. But if you see that there's no engagement, everything drops, then that's a sign that you should optimize it. And that's how most brands and most performing brands optimize their overall program, starting from exchange points, all those,
Man, I love your
currency.
thing. I was not expecting that, because you say launch it, then you adjust, okay? And this is something that we do on apps too, or at least we try, because when a customer reach to us, they are launching an app, a different sales channel, so they are like everything needs to be perfect, everything needs to be the same as the website. First, you need to separate the website. Okay, you need to communicate the same thing, but you can do it's a different channel with different UI and UX. The branding needs to be the same, and we offer the features to make the branding feels the same. But you need to think differently, and I love, because at the beginning they are like, "Oh, it needs to be perfect, it needs to be perfect," and when they start to feel and start to touching themselves, okay, we don't need to be as much like on those things, and they after that they start building, and they will like some features that I think that they are very important on a mobile app. They like forget them, and they launch it or they start configuring it like 3 months later, because they feel that it's better to launch and have and start to having downloads, start to see the engagement, to keep using it. And I never thought that on the points creation it can be done too. I thought more like, okay, we need to be like a super specialized formula, and I think for brands thinks the same, that okay, how we can do that, and it's easier than what the brands think.
Absolutely. And I saw many, even huge brands and the most successful brands, what they do is they launch step by step. When they launch some first idea of how things look like, and it's kind of foundation. It's very simplified version of the final day vision, and they simply launch it and build on top of this. Like if it's working, cool. We're adding next step. We are going to the next stage. But if something's not working, they can easily adjust it. Because if you launch a huge thing and it's complicated, there's so many rules. The problem is that it's very tough to take it back. You're ruining all those relationships with the customers. So it's always better to do those things step by step, just to ensure that you're not making at the same time 10 mistakes. It's you may one small mistake and easily adjust it.
Yeah, no, I can relate that. But so Eldar, we need to stop the conversation because if we can keep like 1 hour here, and I think that it can be like very very big. But I love to talk with you. We should do this more often, but with cameras, because we do a lot, but without the cameras. So, and it was amazing to talk with you, and I'm pretty like waiting for what we will do next for sure, and see more brands using our solutions together.
Yeah, for sure. More coming.